and share screen and play. All right. Well, thanks for joining us today, everyone. Today, we're going to go over business tools, some ideas, some things that could help you organize, get yourself out there. Again, there's so many out there, and these are just some suggestion of what to use. You know, some Century 21 tools, some other outside tools, and but I always say this when it comes to tools is this is an add-on. I think you should spend 20% of your time on tools and 80% of your time with people on the phone or in person. It shouldn't be the other way around. Sometimes people use tools to try to avoid talking to people. You're like, well, I keep on sending emails. Well, how many conversations do you have? Or I kept on sending texts, or I'm very organized. I have many notes, and you spend 80% of your time organize yourself and trying to use tools, and 20% of your time actually talking to people should be flipped around. So these tools and technology are supposed to help you organize and get things to happen so you could have more time and energy to actually connect with people. At least that's my suggestion. But we'll jump into it. Go ahead, Deb. Run with
Yep,
it.
80/20 is a good reference. Anybody that's taken the Brian Buffini class with me knows that that's a real big number, 80/20. If you're that 20%, then you're doing things right. If you're that 80%, then you're doing things the same as everybody else. Why don't I have any business? So that's what we're trying to help you with, is get some business. So what do tools do? They help you work smarter and not harder, right? So it helps you to increase your transaction efficiency and productivity, improve your client relationships and experiences, and enhance marketing and property promotion. That's what it's for. It's not to take over your job so that you don't have to talk to people, because that's our job, to talk to people. We were just talking about that actually, but that is our job, right? To talk to people every single day. So you can move on to the next
Move
one.
on. Go ahead.
So here's some examples of some very popular ones, and they're all free. So use them. The MC Backup My Contacts. If you have anyone who has, especially the iPhone, you can download this app. You can do it for Android too, but with Androids, if you want to send your contacts directly to Google, you can. With Apple, they kind of don't let you do that. They don't talk to Google. They want you to download it to the cloud and such like that. So it's not as easy, but you can install this MC Backup My Contacts so that you can get them on one of those virtual cards, send it to yourself in an email so that you can load it into your Gmail that'll load into Moxie Engage. See where I'm going with all this? Make your life easier. You're only putting things in one place. With Waze, you can find out it's kind of takes over Google Maps a little bit because it gives you real-time traffic alerts, or if you have to be rerouted to another route because of traffic or an accident or anything like that. Waze gives you a bunch of different things like that. So it's kind of a cool app to have on your phone if you don't have the thing connected to your car, because a lot of the new cars have the GPS right in it too, but it doesn't always give you the alerts like Waze does. Chat GPT, it's your AI right there. There is a free version of Chat GPT that can help you organize your thoughts when you're trying to figure out a nice way to describe that listing. Now, the more information that you put in there, the more it makes it more human, and it's not like guessing what the house looks like. You got to be careful with that, you guys, because ChatGPT is not looking at your listing. They have no idea what it looks like. It's all from your description, and then it'll put it into nice words for you. So that's just one idea of why you could use ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT to help with these things. So when I'm trying to think of topics that people are always talking about and such like that, I'll go ask them and they'll give me a
Right.
list of things, you know. So there's all kinds of fun things that you can do with Chat GPT. I know that Mike has several videos about it because he likes it. He likes the AI, and
Mhm.
it's definitely something to boost your business, but don't rely on it. Like, do be very careful if you're using it for virtual staging of houses and stuff. You've got to be very careful that you're not changing, like you're not removing a crack from a wall or something like that, because you will get into trouble for that stuff. So be careful
Mhm.
when you're
Mhm.
doing that. RPR is fantastic. Every single real estate agent who belongs to the MLS has access to RPR. And not only is it good for our area here, but also those agents who are like, I need to find some information on this commercial property for my person, and you're a residential agent. You can use RPR because RPR sees everything, and it sees everything everywhere. I searched for properties in Florida through RPR, because it's connected to every single MLS. So just because you're not doesn't mean that you can't get some of the information that you need. You're not going to get the whole listing on RPR, but you're going to get a lot of the data. Plus, it will prepare not only a really nice in detailed CMA, but also buyer reports for you too. Like, you can do rental, what's the rents in a specific area and stuff. It will definitely help you with all of that stuff. I think every agent should be using RPR, or at least have it in their arsenal as a backup. I'm always a firm believer, especially in our area, if you're working in your area, of using your own MLS and doing your own due diligence when you're trying to do a CMA. But if you can't find something, use RPR. Do you
Yeah, I think
agree?
a lot of agents, yeah, exactly. I think a lot of agents, what it was, just a little quick history. I remember years ago when RPR was starting and our the MLS, I was on the board, and they really at the time downplayed it because they had their own tools, the MLS, like the realist and stuff. So
Yes.
they wanted to show value because all realtors have access to this. So now it's kind of coming out more. So a lot of agents like, is this new? I'm like, no, it's been around a while. It's just what the MLS never really promoted it like boom, it's right like front page, use this. So get familiar with it, play around with it. I like it. It's fun to play around with, even if you're just doing it for fun.
Yeah, and RPR has upped their game, and that's why I'm promoting it too. Because I didn't used to be a fan of this, and I didn't used to be a fan of Realist either. Working on
I think
appraisals with
RPR
Ed,
is
that
I
it's
think
the wrong data. But now they've really changed their way that they are, and they're showing a lot of correct data in both places. So
Yeah, I don't know if it's owned by the real or like Realtor, our boards or National Association of Realtors. I know it's got a tight connection, so it's not like it's something that's been promoted by the NAR for a long time.
yes, I don't know if they own it either, but it is
But
a
they,
very tight connection to
yeah.
NAR for
So
sure.
that's another thing. Like every once in a while, some agents will ask, like, "Well, if I start using this, is it going to be gone someday?" It's been around a while, staying around. So, all right, there you go.
Yeah,
Next.
and now that Home Snap is no longer there, you need
That's
something.
true, right?
So here's a couple other things that you can use. Now, these are transaction management systems with electronic signatures. You do need to check with your broker if you're going to be allowed to use those. You do have to pay for these services. None of them are free. The only one that's free is Acrobat DC Reader, and that's just so that you can read a PDF and like fill it in, but you can't do anything else with it. Like, you can't sign it or anything like that, but you can fill it in if you want to make it nice. The good thing about our documents that we have with Homestar, and a lot of you may know this or may not know this, is that on homestaroffice.com, we do have a lot of our documents are fillable. So if you download them off of the website and save them on your computer, you can type on them and make them nice and neat. They're not signable. It's not that. It's that just you can make a nice, neat form and then have people sign them. Um, the
It's
other ones like Dotloop, DocuSign, Zip Forms, you have to pay for all of those programs. So make sure you're aware of whether you're going to be paying for it, or if you not with Homestar, if your broker's paying for it. But Homestar doesn't pay for any of these services. We have all of our documents on homestaroffice.com for free, but we do have access to templates in Dotloop. So
yeah,
you got to talk to me if you want to get into that.
Exactly. And that's why a lot of times agents ask, well, why don't you use this or that? Well, one thing is that we like our agents to have a choice. Two, we're all over Ohio and they use different things in different parts of Ohio, you know. So like sometimes like some agents like, oh, dot loop's used everywhere. Not everywhere, but
No.
it's good in certain areas and DocuSign and zip forms, you know, are it's common in certain areas. So agents use something different. So but bottom line, we just want to make sure you're using the correct forms.
Yes,
Keep
right.
the
The correct
system you
forms.
want to. So, all
Yeah.
right.
Make sure you're always checking with your broker to see if there's any updated ones, which we all know there are right now. So
Yes, please. Yes, if anybody's
go to the
downloading,
new forms on
yeah,
homestaroffice.com. It's got its own little section. You can see them all right there.
right. Definitely, if
So
if you ever download forms and using something else that's not something that we could update for you, always check because I think as time goes on, there's different things legally that'll come up in the state of Ohio. They might throw out some stuff and you might be using an old form. We don't want that. So always pull fresh.
yes, yes. All of your major forms, your lead-based paint forms, your property disclosure forms, your exclusive right to sales, your purchase agreement, your exclusive buyer's agency agreements that we have now, all of those consumer rights, every single new basic form that you have has been updated. So make sure you're getting all of the new ones off of homestaroffice.com or they're already in .loop. So if you're in our .loop, you can see them there. But if you're using your own DocuSign, you need to grab the new ones and put them in. Okay. Even the lead-based paints have all been updated too. There's
Mhm.
one for sales and there's one for leases now. So they're different.
And
This
this
is
is
an example of the Moxie website. So I know there's a ton of people out there that are not using Moxie Works. You really should be. This is an example of my website right here. I have all of these speed keys up at the top that I made myself. And guess what? It's not hard. I can walk you right through it. If you want to find homes in Solon, you would just click on that button because it's connected to the MLS. They're going to see homes in Solon. If they want to get approved now, I have my preferred vendor, which happens to be Liberty Home Mortgage, under the approved now button. But I also have links down below with several others because don't forget, we don't steer into one place, but we offer suggestions. So there's a couple lenders on there, there's a couple title companies, all these links, and it sounds like holy crow, you got to be a wizard to make a website like this, right? I'm no wizard, not when it comes to the internet or any of this stuff. And I made mine and I can help you make yours. It's free. Use it. It's
right,
free. It
right.
looks so nice. This is just like the very first page. All the way going down, I got featured properties on there. I got the mortgage rates are on there. I have my other links down there. Links to neighborhood news right on here. You should be showing everybody. Here is my personal website. Go there, click on neighborhood news. You can get a free market report for your neighborhood, and then you just got a lead. It's lead capture. I can't stress it enough. This is
Exactly.
free and you should be using it.
Yeah, minimal. It's something that's online. So when someone searches your name in Century 21, this pop up somewhere in the search in the top couple ones. It baffles me, you know, when I see an agent's name or something. For some reason, I don't have their number. Not just our agents, we have all your numbers. But somewhere, you know, if I'm looking up someone else and I just Google their name and their company, I can't even find where they are.
Yeah.
With us, excuse me, Central One, if you get your website together, you get some anybody who searches your name and Central One should come up your website or at least your contact information that's on central1.com or our office website. They should be able to find you. So
Yep. Get your people off Zillow and get them on your website. So when they are clicking on things, you know they're doing it. So here is a really fun one that I thought for September 1st. which is a couple weeks away now because this year is just flying by. And it's National Food Bank Day on September 1st. So you might want to participate in a food drive or organize your own food drive if you want to help people who are in need. This is really important right now because so many people lost so much stuff during those tornadoes that um,
Yeah.
everybody is scrambling. I know, especially in my neighborhood, there's a lot of people that lost a lot of stuff. I
Right.
did
If they have
too. So,
freezers and refrigerators of all their food, unless it was cans, is
yep.
gone. But yeah, no, this is a way to contact people. You're going around calling your sphere. It's a reason to call them. Hey, I'm calling you. It's a great idea to have maybe do your own. Doesn't have to be a national food drive. Hey, I'm doing a food drive. Do you have anything that you don't want? I'll come pick it up. It's a face-to-face contact. Shows that you're part of the community. Is something you could do, once a year, twice a year, holidays, something that shows that you're giving and you not just you're donating your time to get stuff from other people. Could be
Yeah.
coats in the wintertime, could be food whenever, just showing people you're helping the community. It's a reason to call. So many times, and Deb gets us a lot like, well, when I call my sphere, I what do I say every time?
Yeah.
You got to think of different times every time of year. Like, okay, during this time of year, I'm going to do food drive, and I'm calling it. This time of year, I'm going to do coats for kids, or whatever. You got to figure out
The
things.
animal shelters, you can help them too.
Right. Anything where that people could donate stuff, maybe it's a way to just at least show, do you have anything? And they might say no, and sorry, yeah, I just gave to you or whatever. But it's another reason to go to their house and see them face to face and say hello. So,
Yep.
all right, got some
All
good
right.
CE coming, of course.
Yep, got a couple good ones going on there. We got core ethics at the end of the month. I know I have to do that one. September 5th, credit scoring and fixing credit. This is should be a really good one right here because Hasha's doing that. Mike's going to share some listing secrets with you on September 28th. And then we have spooky mortgage issues on October 3rd. I don't have anything for the end of the year yet from either one of these guys. I'm sure somebody's going to do something somewhere and we'll let you know as soon as we get the information. But you can always check back on homestaroffice.com on the continuing education tab too, if you can't remember what you saw here, because they're always there, the links. And the links actually work there. I tried to type them out so that you could see what the links are here, but
Right. Yeah,
but you
but
could,
always go to our website
yep.
and let's see, stop sharing. And there's our faces again. Well, good. Well, thanks for joining us today. But remember, just call Debbie or myself, schedule some time. When it comes to tools, Deb's a lot better with those than me. But so book times with her. But remember, we're always here to help you out. So just let us know how we could help you. So that's it for today. Have a great day, and we'll see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.